everybody, I'm the Blu-ray Lover channel, and welcome to my review of Independence Day Resurgence. Okay, let's get on with the review, and I gotta say that this was my most anticipated movie of 2016. The trailers look good. Everything I've been hearing about the movie at the time was pretty good, even though that the movie studio 20th Century Fox was not allowing the film to be screened by critics. And then that was the problem. Every time a movie is not screened by critics, before the movie comes out, you end up getting a big ass piece of shit, like the Fantastic Four, from the same company as 20th Century Fox. So I go into this movie not anticipating it to be a good movie, but just being a okay, fun time, mindless 2.5 hour film. The movie does not have a structured story. Not Roland Emmerich movies ever have a structured story. If you're talking about The Patriot or Universal Soldier or Stargate, those have better stories. And the first Independence Day, I felt like I was watching the first Independence Day, but with just a bigger budget, more special effects. The only bright spot to this movie was Jeff Goldblum, and that was it. The absence of Will Smith is literally missing from this film, and they needed it bad. They needed his charisma, his intensity. They needed Will Smith in this movie. And if Will Smith turned this movie down for a reason, he must have read the script, because this movie was fucking terrible. I sat there in that theater for as long as the movie played, and I stuck it out. The kid who was supposed to play Will Smith's stepson was not good at all. His dialogue was bad. Liam Hemsworth was trying to be Will Smith. The scenes he was in with Jeff Goldblum. Bill Pullman was wasted. Brent Spiner, who was supposed to die in the first movie, apparently came back. He should have died because he was just a waste of time. The president was played by a female, which no disrespect. Celia Ward, nothing. William Fichtner, who's a great character actor, is in this movie playing a general. I don't know why he's in the movie. The girl who's supposed to play the president's daughter was Mae Whitman, who was in the first film. Is not even in this movie, and they got a much different girl who's a little bit more attractive. She didn't do shit in this movie. But it's a Roland Emmerich movie, and he's not great with dialogue anyway. Special effects were good at times. The battle sequences between the aliens and the new fighter pilots were good, but they were trying to ante up the ante from the first film, which they didn't. The third act of the movie just falls apart. I can barely keep my eyes open. And I didn't go alone, I went with a friend. And he hated it. And it disappointed his childhood as well as mine, because I was a 17-year-old kid who saw the film. Opening weekend, was hyped up and enjoyed it and saw it 3 times. And I did a video about it and a vlog that I released yesterday on my channel, which I had to delete because it had copyrighted pictures from Independence Day and the Fox logo, and I don't know who or what, but somebody flagged the video and I got ads, so I took it down. This movie disappointed me in so many levels. It should have never been made. I heard a story that Roland Emmerich didn't want to really do a sequel because 20th Century Fox wanted one for the 20th anniversary. Oh, they got one. And then they found out it was a stinker, a real stinker. And on a movie on a $165 million budget, it's probably going to fail in the US, or probably not. Let's see how much it makes during the opening weekend. It's going to be saved by overseas markets because they eat a lot of shitty movies up there. Look at Warcraft. I couldn't remember. The plot stunk. The music was not great. He didn't even get David Arnold, who did the score for the first Independence Day, which was awesome, and I bought that cassette of the soundtrack back in 1996, and I love that soundtrack to Independence Day, and they couldn't even get him back. Roland Emmerich had to use his composer, who did the same composing for White House Down, which sucked, but it's my goddaughter's favorite movie, and she's 10. She'll grow out of that when she gets older. The composing sucked. The special effects were good, but the only thing that kept this movie afloat was literally Jeff Goldblum the whole time, because he made it work. And Vivica A. Fox here is a nurse. She was a waste of time. The movie needed, if it had Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum together, that chemistry, it would have worked. At least I would have stood there because it was Will Smith, and he did a good thing, turning down this movie, doing the Suicide Squad. Thank you, Will Smith, for not being in this movie. Would have just fucked up your career more. What can I say about Independence Day Resurgence? It's a big pile of shit, and in the words of Andrew Dice Clay, it sucked major balls. I'm disappointed, I'm mad, and I spent my hard-earned money on seeing Independence Day Resurgence after I gave my hard-earned summer job money back in 1996 to seeing Independence Day 3 times in the summer of 1996 and buying the soundtrack and buying the VHS. I will not be buying the Blu-ray when it comes out, or might possibly never seeing it again. Alright guys, leave a comment telling me if you've seen the film. Were you disappointed by it? Did you enjoy it? Some parts of the movie were great. Like I said, Jeff Goldblum's character was awesome. He was back into that. The special effects were good. Everybody else stunk. Just leave your comment. Look at me. I just can barely get this review out. I'm sorry. Just disappointed and sad. She's just never done a sequel. God damn you, Fox. If you're new to this channel, anybody watching this review, subscribe, like the video, share the video so everybody else can see this video of this review of Independence Day Resurgence so they can save their money. I'm the Blu-ray Lover channel.